างตะวันออกอีก500 เมตรเลี้ยวซ้าย
Hey folks, and according to the navigation directions, I need to make a left up here, but actually, we're going to be making a right. We're going to V's house. She's got to re-sign a lease for the next upcoming year. But anyway, we are on the road, but on our way back to Pattaya. We will arrive back to Pattaya today. We'll do some things. On the way, like I said, we're going to stop here. We'll come back here in a minute, and I found a very inexpensive living arrangement here that might fit some budgets. But anyway, we got a lot to get to today, so let's jump into it.
So good morning. Great night last night. Anyway, we woke up this morning. Some people commented they wanted to see the breakfast at the little hotel. Not much to show you, but I'll show you. I mean, the good part is they bring it to the room. It's not exactly a breakfast buffet with pancakes and bacon and all that, but it's rice porridge, juk, katong, whatever you want to call it, and that's what it is. So it was good though. It was good, and they bring you a cup of coffee. So we rolled out of there about an hour ago. We were on a half tank of fuel when we left the little hotel. We've been on the road a little over an hour. We rolled into a gas station here, a little restroom break, so forth. But I figured up, so we got 42 liters, about 1,200 baht worth of diesel fuel. And by my calculations, that came out to 12.5 kilometers per liter, or miles per gallon, about 29.4 miles per gallon. I think that's exceptional. We had a lot of stop and go traffic on the way up here. I know some of it was highway, but then riding around the country, the little farm roads, and some stop and start, and I don't know. It wasn't pure highway driving by any stretch of the imagination. I think that was really good. I think 30 on a pure highway is easily obtainable. So I'm very happy with that. I'm very pleased with that. I think that's good miles per gallon. On the way here, on the road, after we'd been on the road about 40 minutes, I could see a guy way ahead of me, about 20 car lengths ahead of me, and I saw a dog coming out on the road. He was probably 80, 90 kilometers an hour. And I could see it in the distance, but sure enough, ran right over the dog. We stopped. V threw a fit that the guy didn't stop. He just kept going. She was angry. And he was laying there on the middle of the road, right where he had been hit. But a couple minutes later, he got up and just sashayed off the road and into the bushes. These soy dogs are tough as nails. But anyway, we're on our way home. V's got to stop and sign a new lease for her house. That every year it's a new lease that comes up. So we'll stop by her house and she can sign the lease real quick, and then we're on our way back to Pattaya today. So we made it down to V's house. She's just a little bit north of Ayutthaya. It was about an hour and a half drive from our first stop this morning. She's got to sign some papers or something. But I thought I'd look around the neighborhood a little bit. There is not a main road, but there's a decent kind of secondary road that runs right outside the gate of the neighborhood, and her house is right by the gate. And there's stores and little shops, and it doesn't feel like it's in the middle of nowhere. I guess the reason I say that is she's always saying, well, if you get tired of living in Pattaya, or if you're getting old, we can move up to her house in Ayutthaya. So that's always an option, I guess. But while we're here, we came over to see my friend, the cake lady. She sends us cakes from time to time. She's a baker. Bakes all kind of stuff. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like that sign. But not a bad little neighborhood. It looks kind of quiet back here, but there's enough going on in the street. You can walk right across there and buy stuff, little store. So it's not bad, but there is some nice country and back roads and stuff just minutes from here. So I think it's almost the best of both worlds. Looks like there's little apartments right across the street. Not even apartments, almost like little rooms for rent. Ani hong sinamgun hong chao thorai nung dun thorai 2,500 baht for those little rooms up there. I'll get a better shot of it. You see people hanging laundry up. That's where I'm talking about, the green and the blue. But they're just small little rooms, probably fan rooms. But 2,500 baht for some people, that's all you need. What's that? I don't know, $75. between $70 and $80 a month. So while V's in there doing the paper signing, I asked the cake lady if there's a restaurant in the neighborhood, and she said, yeah, there is. So maybe we'll just grab something to eat before we leave. I think she means this place, Soy One, right in the neighborhood. I mean, just a couple seconds walk over here. She says it's really yummy. So maybe we'll get something to eat. I'm hungry. It's about lunchtime anyway. It's about 12. And all I had was that little bit of that rice porridge this morning. So this is as good as any. We might as well eat here, try out the cuisine. Maybe I like it. Maybe the cuisine's so good I decide to move up here. Really cheap here. Most things are like 40 baht. The kind of regular everyday dishes are 40 baht. I think the most expensive thing on the menu is 100 baht. And even got some chicken nuggets, 40 baht. 40 baht, that's like $1.50, less than that. Well, we'll probably have a big spread here for just a couple, 300 baht or something. Cake lady. I asked her, V left to sign the papers, and I said, wasn't there a restaurant in this town? There was last time I was here, I thought. But I didn't see this one. I thought it was another. Anyway, she directed me over here and said the first thing out of her mouth was the fried rice with crab meat is spectacular. So that was the first thing I ordered. I always take the local recommendations. Yep, so there you go. Just what I said it was. We had 4 dishes between the 3 of us. And I got a strawberry soda thing. And it was total of 230 baht. If you want to live cheap, get you one of those rooms. Even with electric and water, be 3,000 a month or about 100 baht a day. 2 meals a day in the restaurant, just say 100 baht. So for 6,000 baht, you got 2 meals. You got a roof over your head, and right outside's a little convenience store and little fruit market thing. What's that, $180 a month? $180 a month for a room and 2 meals a day at a restaurant. A nice little cafe. So, cheap as you want it to be. And I'm sure there's countless places like this. I don't say this specifically, but just to give you an idea of what you could what you could live for. All right, with full bellies, we're finally heading back.
So it was a little bit late in the day by the time we made it back to Pattaya, and boy, I had still a whole lot of that footage to go through from the trip, so I was busy putting all that together. V and Mika decided to go down to the beach and enjoy a sunset. I think that was a nice little welcome change of scenery after being out in the country all those days. So let's take a quick look at what they saw on the busy beach on Pattaya.
So, great trip. We've been back a couple days now. I was busy putting together the rest of the episodes. But one thing I kind of observed and maybe learned on the trip is with the bike in the back of the truck, it sits so high, and these small trucks, the beds are not very deep. It seems like a lot of the bike is above the bed rails. So what I noticed other people were doing, is they have, I guess, bed rail extenders, the best way to call it. I'll show you what I mean. But it's like a cage, kind of like a cage. So if you did have an emergency braking or swerve or something, or the straps broke or whatever happened, it's still kind of contained in the bed. It's not going to go over the side of the bed. And I think when your load is significantly higher than your bed rails, that's also where you run against the law a little bit. Some guys will say, oh, cops will hassle you if you have a bike in the back of a truck. And the reason is what I just described, how your load is significantly higher than your bed rails, and it could potentially go over the side. So to kind of mitigate that and to kind of, well, actually not mitigate it, to kind of eliminate the fact of that happening, or the potential of that happening, you get these cages. They call them stainless steel stalls. If you translate stainless steel stall into Thai, that's what they call them. And we're up here in North Pat, well, way North Pattaya, more like Naklua, Sukhumvit Soi 13, right across from the Cholchan Beach Resort here. It's just a little shop, one or two guys working in here. The other thing with these, they're not all created equal. They're different widths. When I talk about widths, I'm talking about the base where the roll bar connects. The roll bar portion of it connects. And that width is slightly different, a centimeter or two, but that makes a difference. So we had to go through and try to see which ones would fit. The other thing that I wanted is the thicker girth or diameter of the pipe gauge. Some of them are thinner and some of them are a little thicker. And I think the thicker ones are more rigid, flop around a little bit less, a little bit better quality. They start at like 3,000 baht. And the one I'm getting is 4,600. That includes installation, the whole 9 yards. So that's about 150 bucks, I guess, for the whole deal. But anyway, we'll get that installed, and that'll make me feel a little bit better about the whole thing. I did see other guys. If it was a small scooter like these, or that sits lower, it would probably be okay. You probably wouldn't get hassled. And I may not get hassled, I didn't get hassled, but I see the potential for that. And I saw some of the guys with the taller bikes, the trucks had these stainless steel stalls installed, and I felt that was a better, safer option, so that's what I'm doing. It's not really to strap the bike to, it's just to protect it from falling over the side in case the worst happens. So anyway, that's what we're doing today. Another thing these do is they provide a little bit of protection for your back window. A lot of times back windows in trucks get broken if you're throwing something in. Might not hit the bed, might hit the back window and break it. They've got that will go right along the back window, so you do have some. It's not going to protect from a rock or something, but something big that would fall or be pushed against the back window and damage it, that would definitely mitigate that as well. And also the roll bar, in case you have actually rolled over, might be of a little help as well. So multiple things these are good for, I guess. So we're all done. I like these handles too on the back, gives you something to grab onto when you're stepping up in the bed. But anyway, they're very sturdy. I can shake the whole truck by grabbing one of the rails. We're also buying a little load of coconuts from this guy. We're gonna maybe do something with coconuts later. But he gave us a deal. I don't know, we got like 500 baht worth. Look at all those nuts. All right. So we're out of here. I guess the whole thing, we were only here about an hour. Maybe not even an hour, I don't know. I helped him a little bit because his helper was on break or off today or whatever, so I helped him a little bit.
There you go. Nice to be back in town right before Christmas. Maybe we'll take a look and see. The town feels a little Christmassy right now. Things are back open, at least on a limited basis, and it is nice to be back. So, but that big thanks to everybody who followed us on our recent trip up country. There'll be more to come, but for right now, we're going to enjoy the holidays here in Pattaya. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this one right here. And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.